I'm in traffic right now, so I was like, well, I got the time to like just make, a little whatever. Um, I'm be honest. I talk about comedians sometimes and whatnot, especially when it comes to stand-up comedians and other things. I made a TikTok a while ago about Kam Patterson. As you know, he was on Kill Tony, stand-up comedian from Florida, about 25, 24 maybe. I don't really know. And, I talk about the dilemma of him being black and kind of poking fun at himself. And, I said, I pretty much summarized that, this felt like a minstrel show. A minstrel show is pretty much white people make fun of black people. That's one of America's greatest entertainment, which people don't really want to talk about. But yes, and, a lot of people was like, no, he earned that. He earned it. You don't know what you're talking about. Kam Patterson is funny and whatnot. And you know what? Hey, funny is subjective. Anything can be funny if you laugh at it. It's funny, but in the sense of I watch other comedians do podcasts to talk about them, and they don't really say anything nuanced. They just say, man, Kam is just a black guy from Florida. Like, a couple comedians on the podcast was saying that, an article said Kam is like Shane Gillis 2.0, and they start laughing like, no, he's not. He's just a black guy from Florida. I'm just like, wow, like, that kind of that's all that he is, I guess, a black guy from Florida. His comedy is not really about anything like nuance or whatnot. And trust me, I watch his comedy set. It's really just about a black guy going to Florida and saying like, you're talking about his intelligence, and people eat that up. Black people saying ignorant stuff. We love it. We eat that up. No setup, no anything. We eat that up, and people don't really realize. Kill Tony is a pretty bad. Not a bad guy because I don't know him, but he cultivate comedy in a way where it's like anything is funny, and I hate that because yes, anything is funny. But do all situation call for a joke? Some people are going to say, shut up, snowflake, yada, yada. We get this. Internet warriors, we get that. But, my dilemma is just like Kam just felt like a minstrel show. And it kind of made me uncomfortable that people don't really laugh with him. They laugh at him.